The Nintendo 64 might have been a big console when released back in 1996, but it was one that may have had some issues. I myself think it is a great console, but I do think there were a few things that could have been improved on before its release. With the Nintendo, it would be the console one would use if they want to play with others, with many games that were primarily focused on many Nintendo names such as Mario, and along with other main Nintendo mascots. But there were also some console exclusives that were from the Nintendo 64 that are now considered cult classics. Games such as Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and GoldenEye 007, all being developed by Rare, and all three games receiving critical acclaim. The console itself had a weird controller design, having 3 handles instead of the conventional 2 handles. There were a lot of games that were produced by large companies, however that tend to have less variety for the console, and the console itself did not have the processing power for there to be sharper graphics for games at the time, due to the hardware relying on the traditional cartridge format. And with the cartridge itself, it had some issues. You either have put it in the wrong way, you put it in too hard or too lightly, meaning that for something that was supposed to work so flawlessly, it still had some things to work out. But there was another console that came out a year prior, which Sony had become the new kid on the block when it came to the world of home consoles. This console would leave a lasting impact on the industry, and that console would be the Sony PlayStation. With the Sony PlayStation, it would be the console to help revolutionize the genre of gaming, with it using a disc format, being available towards a wide audience, and having new hardware at the time. Although the console was more focused on a single-player experience, it did have a large plethora of games, possibly due to Sony being open to third-party companies coming out with their own games for the console. Some of these companies were not limited to Naughty Dog, Konami, and Capcom. Each of these companies being able to come out with some of their best games for the console, which has helped lead them to still be around to this day. With the Sony PlayStation, it proved to be popular, allowing smaller companies to make games, having a straightforward yet friendly approach to the gaming audience, utilizing the capabilities of the new disc format at the time, and being responsible for helping bring about some of the most influential video games of that era. In conclusion, even though Nintendo's Nintendo 64 was able to still find new fans and keep old fans alike, and continue to be part of the gaming industry, Sony's PlayStation was able to demonstrate the capabilities of the new console, and what new methods and ideas could come from a company taking a shot of making their own console and to help bring upon a new era of gaming.